Hi everyone, it's JC. I am doing a little pick a card reading, but we have pick a crystal today. If you're new, hello, what's up? I'm JC. I'm an intuitive tarot reader and psychic medium. And if you're returning, welcome back. This is going to be just a little quick reading about the unexpected, what is coming in the near future from whenever you are finding this reading. This is a collective reading, so if you would like to dive a little bit deeper into your personal situation, you can book a reading with me. All that stuff is below, and if you're on TikTok, come follow me on there. I do go live and I answer a few questions, so I do give readings away too over there as well. All right, so let's get into it. The unexpected. We have pile one. We have this cute little jade elephant. Pile two, or group two, you guys are going to be the clear quartz crystal tower. And pile three is this little pyrite cat. So if you have to pause the video, go ahead and do so. The timestamps for each pile or each group will be below. And if you feel drawn to more than one pile, watch as many or all of them if you'd like. And let's get into it, okay? So group number one, or pile number one, with the elephant. I did pre-pick some cards or shuffle out a couple of cards to get into it. If I have to pull tarot, I will go ahead and do so, okay? So we are starting with renewal, spark, new life, fresh starts, rejuvenation, healing after crisis, sacral chakra. Beautiful. The world also says new cycle, karmic completion, travel, fulfillment, success after the quest. Success. I love this. You have happiness with these two little dolphins here. Thriving. And then I'm going to save this for the last. Okay, so group number one. You closed out a major cycle. I am getting that you're very sensitive. And this last cycle was quite the doozy. However, it gave you a little bit of a higher perspective. You see things a little bit differently. I love this. Thriving, happiness. Because it's giving that this cycle was, like I just said, a doozy. And I feel like little by little, you're going to be getting your spark back. I mean, that mountain looks just ridiculous. It's like Everest, and maybe that's how it felt. This was meant to push you towards your true happiness. This could have been something that was, this cycle that you just closed out was grueling, but you are coming out like a freaking champ. You have the sun and the moon here, so a lot more balance coming into your life. The unexpected is, I intuitively am getting number 33. Sixes and 21. I mean, 21 is like the world card. I'm also seeing 444. I do think that you were very guided through this. There's some kind of realization of, and maybe a higher perspective. Some of you could have realized how either sensitive or gifted you are energetically. Maybe you discovered that because dolphins are very telepathic creatures. They're very advanced, very complex. Yeah, this was heavy for a lot of you. The thing is, what you don't expect is how quickly things are going to change for you. I do think that you are starting to feel it. I'm just getting the Six of Pentacles card in my mind's eye. Like it's going to trickle in this renewal, kind of like this golden light here. I think things are actually going to start moving pretty quickly, and you're in a really good flow to where you're kind of riding the wave now. I feel like you are in a space where you're very much in the flow. You're very balanced. Sun, moon energy. It's like the feminine, masculine energy. Very balanced. You see things from a different perspective, and you also trust yourself on being able to maybe even try to catch this wave. You're like, let's just do it. Let's just go for it. I feel like you are very in control of your emotions. You could have gone through some kind of really intense hermit period where you had to do a lot of reflection, introspection. And you've made it. You've made it. I'm getting this world card. It's just like a cave. Maybe you have been in that hermit mode, and I feel like you're about to pop out. There's going to be little things that trickle in every day, and if you felt depleted in any kind of way, you're going to be getting that back a lot quicker than I think that you anticipate. And you're going to find this new, this new happiness within yourself. I'm also getting a feeling of like immense strength. So I don't know, maybe you're starting to swim and you're building up strength in some kind of way. I mean, you'll gain some strength. Look at that freaking mountain. Right? So I feel like it took a lot of emotional strength, but if you've been feeling depleted physically, I see you getting that back rather quickly. And I think that's unexpected. You could even be just going out more as well. Okay. What else can group number 1? What's unexpected? For some of you, if you were single, yeah, look at that. Yeah, look, giddy up. Look at this. That's confirming that new energy, that Ace of Wands. Yes, yes. Creative energy, that spark, you're beating it back. If you're single, I actually feel like you could even be meeting somebody, because there are 2 dolphins. Yeah, somebody that sparks your passion. Yeah, get that libido going. Jeez. Good for you. Do it. Go for it. You're at a good place where I feel like you're ready for it. What else for group number 1? Oh, yeah, Page of Cups. Look, this is a new beginning. You could have somebody that admires you right now after a period of healing. I'm not going to take these cards because they're not telling me to. 6 of Pentacles. Wow. Did I say that? It's like the 6 of Pentacles, like trickling in. I can't remember. It doesn't matter. See how this flow? You're look, Temperance. You're in a really good harmony, a really good flow. You got that one. She's got that one foot on the earth and the other in the water. Kind of like this thriving card. Very planted, very stable. I love this. So I feel like I'm just going to leave it there. I'm going to read you your crystal card. I think what's unexpected is for some of you, if you are single, you could have an admirer, or maybe be very much ready to feel good where you feel like you could give and to a relationship, that you're at a stable and harmonious place within yourself after close. And you might even feel a little, I'm just getting like kind of frisky. Maybe you feel a little frisky and you want to get back out there and you're like, you know what? I am ready to get, with the Page of Cups, some of you could be ready to date again and find happiness and really feeling like you're thriving. For others of you, could just be getting more attention in what you're doing for work, and it's coming from a place that you are balanced within your emotions, and you could have more just creative energy to try new things, or maybe you're having a really good flow of a lot of ideas. You're in a really good place. Just know that, and I feel like telling you that because that mountain looks pretty damn jagged, and I feel like there was a couple mountains before overcoming that last mountain that you had to complete, or kind of overcome and get to the top of that. And it was probably a real push for that karmic cycle or whatever cycle that you just close out. It was a huge one. This is a beginning and it's brand new. And just know that the hard part is behind you. Not that you're not going to have obstacles in the future, but you were coming from such a more balanced place from within yourself, knowing that I just feel like you just really completed a really, really big cycle that you want to, it's just something that was meant in your path and meant to happen, but you finished and you completed it with a champ, like a champ. I'm almost getting a little bit emotional because I feel like it was very deep, a very deep transformation, and I am feeling a lot of you had to overcome a lot, and you had to do it alone. And you're stepping into this happiness within yourself, and if you aren't with a partner, and that's something that you're looking for, you are looking for, or you are attracting someone that's very balanced and within themselves, but you're attracting it because you put yourself here, and I do feel like it could be a very much higher level of commitment, but you had to go through this to get to that, if that makes any sense. You kind of had to bring balance and growth within yourself, because it's putting you in the vibration to receive something so much better. And if it was a relationship, so much better, true happiness and thriving. And you had to go on a journey within. And for others of you, this could have been something in your career that maybe you lost a job and you were struggling for a really long time. It's going to be different for all of you, but I do feel like it was definitely something big and hit really hard. I'm feeling that some of you just experienced an immense loss of someone in your life, of grief. And that could even be a very deep depression, and just know like you're coming out, and it's true happiness, true balance. And I feel like it took you a really long time to get here. And maybe you thought that cycle was never going to end, but it has. And not only that, what is unexpected is how strong you feel on, I just feel like a mental, physical, emotional level, and how quickly you're just stepping into this feeling so unbelievably stable within yourself. Like, I just feel like you are getting this spark back, and you are getting like this new balanced, harmonious flow within your life that you probably never thought you would have. Wow. And then we have your crystal card is Rainbow Hematite for rainbow children. Rainbow children born in the 2000s and beyond vibrate at a higher frequency. Like a rainbow, they exude beauty, joy, and hope. They may be all light and love without the balance of being able to acclimate to the denser energy of the physical plane. Rainbow Hematite helps them maintain the joyful light of the rainbow while keeping them solidly grounded on the earth plane. Not only is hematite one of the heaviest and most grounded crystals, the metallic sheen helps deflect negativity. Yeah, I feel like you could have been in a very dark space, and Group 1, you're a very complex person, just like these dolphins. You're very intelligent. I feel like you have a lot of emotional depth. You could be a rainbow child or indigo or a crystal child, like highly sensitive. And your affirmation is, as a rainbow child, I am here to anchor in beauty, joy, and hope during the birth of the golden age. And if you're not, like, let's say if you're like, well, I wasn't born in the 2000s, that doesn't matter. I feel like you are coming into like your golden era, a really good time in your life that is going to be full of happiness and blessings and growth and just extremely balanced. And some of you have not had balance in your life ever. Which is an adjustment, but just go with it and just trust that this is how it's going to be from now on. And you had to learn that, go through that cycle or karmic completion of some sort, because it's putting you in a higher vibration. You're seeing things from a different perspective. And from now on, unless you fall back into some kind of low vibrational habits, which I don't feel like you are, this has been something that's literally probably one of the hardest challenges and cycles that you're ever going to go through in your life. And now you just have to, you're just living at so much, it's just so, I'm just getting such peace, such harmony, such, it's just going to be a different flow for you. So know that it's here to stay. You had to gain a lot of wisdom from that. And I think I'm just going to leave it there. Okay, so thank you. And I'm going to move on to group number 2. Yeah, look at that. Moving on, transitioning out of tumultuous waters onto calmer waters. Beautiful. I love that. Okay, so group number 2 with the clear quartz tower. Let's get into your cards. We have union, soulmate energy, decisions, a proposal, integration of yin and yang energy. Beautiful. The sun, strength, empowerment, heart chakra opening, compassion, happiness, truth revealed. We have purity. You actually got more cards. Security. And voyage. I'll save that. Okay, so the unexpected for you, group 2. Yeah, it's basically a soulmate. I think you went through, and you could even be from group 1. With purity, I feel like you've been through some kind of cleansing process. See how the eyes are different colors too. The balance of yin and yang, yeah. Purity, security. This could be a continuation. And if it's not, if you're already in a connection, a healthy connection, you're strengthening this connection. You could have had to weed out some. There could have been things that you have with this purity card, if you have and are in a connection that you want to continue with and it's healthy and it's happy. I feel like it's cleansing out all of maybe the knots or bumps that you have been through. And it's like you're coming into a really good point in your relationship where you are feeling more secure, and you went through, and this is if you're in a relationship, because I'm going to read for both. So if you're single, just hold on for a sec. See this voyage? It's almost like it's lifting you out of some kind of, I don't know. I feel like it's kind of part of the journey of the connection. It's just, but with the purity, you're clearing a lot of, maybe it's been a little bit hairy since wintertime with the snow. I just feel like you're overcoming something in your connection and you're feeling more secure. You could even be moving it forward. You're releasing things that maybe were triggered. They're either, I'm just getting like deep emotion when I touch this card. So they could have been things that have been coming up in the connection that you were just in a cycle in, or it could have been some kind of triggers that kind of left things a little bit difficult for a while, but it was just meant to challenge the relationship in order to be able to feel more secure. You could just be moving forward a little bit stronger after overcoming some obstacles. So the unexpected is, if you're in a connection already, it's strengthening the connection and the layers of, I want to say the depth just deepening your connection. I feel like this is in more ways than one. So, and for some of you, if this is a newer connection, it's being more vulnerable that provides security in the connection that you're in, and making the voyage to be like, okay, I feel safe with this person, or because you could have had some, it's like the strength to be vulnerable, right? They're like, okay, we're on the voyage now. We're going. And I think that might be unexpected, because for some of you, it actually could happen rather quickly. And you might even been a little bit guarded at first to open yourself up a little bit more. There's something about being emotionally vulnerable. And it's like, okay, now it's like going to the next step. For those of you that are single, I think this is actually being vulnerable and feeling like pure, like in this purity, maybe coming out of a time of healing. And just kind of getting back out there, just reopening your heart chakra to allow someone to come in, to be open, maybe coming out of your cave a little bit, releasing any kind of fear that you have around dating or around just getting into relationships, or just being open to maybe having this come in, or having someone coming in, or just taking the steps to get out there, just being like, okay, I think I'm ready. They're telling me not yet. Okay. Well, I just literally heard that Coolio, so come on and ride on the fantastic. Fantastic voyage. Just get out of your head. Yeah, because some of you are manifesting a higher level of commitment with this Hierophant and the Magician. And now I feel like you're going to have the strength to kind of get out of your cave, your comfort zone, to make it happen. Taking a little bit of a chance, What else for group number 2? The unexpected. Maybe it's unexpected how quickly you meet someone you really like and feel comfortable with. You could even meet someone unexpectedly. I'm getting summertime could be significant. Yes, strength. Maybe Leo season. See? Look at this strength card. Beautiful. I have a white wolf and the strength for the 7 of Pentacles. Yeah, I feel like if you're single, I feel like you want something that is stable, and that requires a little Page of Cups, kind of getting that energy going, unlocking that heart chakra. Putting yourself out there a little bit more. What else for group 2? What is the unexpected for group 2? Queen of Pentacles. Okay, you could be an earth sign, you don't have to be. The Knight of Wands at the bottom, and the Chariot. There is some movement. Yeah, moving past those fears and anxiety, taking that inspired action. If you see someone that you're drawn to, it could be a Queen of Pentacles. It doesn't have to, but you could just see somebody, Queen or King, somebody that you would want to invest in, somebody that you're like, you know what? I think I'd unlock my heart chakra with that person. They seem, somebody who's stable, somebody who's got their ish together, somebody who is worth investing in. So, but with security, you have to get out of the cave, right? The stars are right above and they look so beautiful, but it's kind of like ready to take action, getting on that voyage. Some of you could have been waiting. If you are single, you could have been maybe just waiting for someone to come along, even to make you feel a certain way. With this Chariot and the Knight of Wands, somebody that you're like, oh no, I gotta jump on this. I wasn't thinking about being vulnerable, but at the same time, this person comes along and you're like, that's a person that's worth investing in. Yeah, someone I would like to take a voyage with, somebody I could see long-term potential with. For those of you that are in a connection, I feel like this is an investment to build strength over more of the long term of the connection. It's going to build, it's just going to be one of those things. It's like obstacles might come up in the connection, or maybe it's been, like I said, a little bit rocky. You're just overcoming that because you do, it's meant to show the value and worth, and maybe even, you know, if this is still something we both want to invest in. And others is not that serious, but I actually think that it's just meant to help the connection growth overall for long term. And for a newer connection, this is like planting those seeds to move forward. Is there anything else for group 2? I think that's it. I'm just going to read your fire agate, twin flame. What do you know? A twin flame is somebody who ignites your flame and helps each of you burn brighter. It's not this infinite way. Excuse me, I just got... Maybe some of you are having problems of speaking up. I feel like some of you could have someone that you're interested in. Look at all this fire, right? Yes, there's a lot of fire. And fire agate, I'm having like throat issues. It's not this infinite way that we view. It is where there's just the other half, or where there is just other half. That doesn't really make sense. Okay. If you can see all relationships as sacred, find the light in them and show appreciation. Any relationship can be your twin flame. Fire agate helps you light the flame and keep the embers glowing. So maybe this is like a relight, especially with that Knight of Wands. That's some fiery, exciting, passionate energy. A twin flame could be your significant other, friend, business partner, teacher, or student. Your affirmation is, by seeing the good in my twin flame and appreciating them, our relationship gets stronger and deeper. Yeah, what did I say? Strengthen the relationship. Okay. And we're just going to leave it there. I'm just going to move on to group number 3. Just don't want my camera to run out. Wanted these to be quick messages. Okay, group number 3, little pyrite cat. Let's get into it, okay? We have the South Node, comfort zone, resistance, fear of the new, clinging to old ways or situations. Don't do that. Trust, divine timing, great forces at play, release, control, all is working out for the highest good. Past suffering, past affecting the present, lack, betrayal, victim, let the past go. Autumn, timing card, starting over, soul growth, clearing new intentions. We have action. And we have illumination. Okay, group number 3. I feel like we're going back and forth with the past here. You could have to release some things. And with this trust card and divine timing, I'm getting this, I literally just saw this and it's being sifted back and forth. I feel like the divine timing is, and I'm not telling you to, you should be done healing at a certain time. I feel like the change with autumn and just releasing things from the past, because it says timing card, but I'm actually getting, you know, when you shed those old leaves and some of you could have been in like a slumber of deep healing. I just feel like you want change, but there's still something that keeps pulling back. Like, I feel like you're ready for this action. See how the storm's kind of like clearing? But the waters are still kind of choppy. And I think you're ready to move because the storm has essentially, for the most part, cleared out. It could be coming in. I'm just getting it's been cleared out, okay? Illumination. You could have been in a very big fog for a while, maybe not seeing clearly. I feel like a lot is going to be illuminated to you in the next couple of months. Anything that you were kind of holding on to from the past is going to be very much made clear, and you're going to be able to take the steps that is needed to move forward and shed the rest, because you could be even harboring things that are very deep. And I'm not getting that you have fear of the new. I think you're actually ready for the new, but there's some things that you're still reflecting on from the past. Maybe I feel like a lot of you didn't have closure on something, or you're holding on to, and because you don't have closure. And with illumination, either something with divine time is going to come in and you're going to see things very clearly. And that's when you're going to be able to let go and fully ready with a clear mind to take action and start over. Because you could be stuck in your head or just kind of holding on to something, even kind of subconsciously. I'm just getting there's something about closure that you didn't get, or there's something that it keeps ruminating, and that energy is kind of keeping you in the south node. I feel like you didn't have a lot of clarity on something. So let's just see. Wheel of Fortune, karmic cycle, had to let go. Maybe you feel like you missed an opportunity, or you're just in some kind of sadness, apathy. You're just not maybe happy with the way that things ended. There is a new start, but there's something you still have to release. So tell me what, it could be in a situation with a past person or just somebody that you've had in your life for a while. It doesn't have to be a love connection. It's like a falling out. It's somebody that you had to walk away from. Whether that was a connection, it could be a family dynamic, it could be a friend dynamic, it could be a work dynamic. But there's something still holding your energy. You definitely walked away from this. This is something that was not serving you. Yeah, Knight of Cups. Could have been, I'm just getting it could have been, maybe you just weren't clear in general about, you had like a false, yeah, look at this. You felt the need to protect yourself. I feel like the truth was kept from you in some kind of way. Or you were in a situation under false pretenses with this illumination. I still feel like there was still, you feel like there's still things that either need to be uncovered. Ooh, something just turned over. Ace of Wands. Yeah. And you're ready for this new beginning, this fresh start. But there's something that still needs to be released. Yeah. Healed. Because the star is right after that. The star is all about healing, bringing back in balance. And this could be some kind of insecurity. You could have felt very abandoned. So that's what needs to be healed. And when that gets balanced out, that's when the cycle truly ends. So I do feel like for group number 3, yeah, the moon. You got a little bit more shadow and personal care before you're able, they told me to pull it, okay, before you're ready for this Page of Pentacles, this new beginning. Yeah, the Tower's at the top there. So this was something that was hard hitting, but I think there was a lot of things that came. If you feel like you don't have the full story on something, I mean, I feel like a lot of you, there could have been a person or people that made you feel abandoned or a situation in some way. And I feel like you didn't have all the answers as to why that happened. Okay. You felt betrayed. You felt, I feel like some of you, and I hate to say this, but left for dead, just kind of like this 10 of Swords. And I feel like there was a lot of like, why did this happen? I feel like you're missing, I'm just getting intuitively, you're just missing answers. You walked away from something because something didn't seem right or what it is. I feel like you are very much ready to start over, but there's that last little, with the moon, that shadow period that you really have to work through. And if you don't have answers, or you never really got answers as to why something happened, I just think, and maybe this isn't the best advice, but I just feel like there was something that you didn't get answers to. Think of like the worst case scenario and whatever feels right to your intuition. Like, because I feel like you would intuitively have an inclination. Maybe you just don't have the actual facts to back it up. Listen to your intuition and work through the emotion based on what you think happened with the facts that you have and your intuition. And maybe it's right, maybe it's wrong, but you need to find some kind of closure, even if you don't have the answers you want right now, because it's actually keeping you in this energy that's suffering. And I feel like it's keeping you in a low vibration. You know why you walked away from it. I feel like you intuitively have a decent idea of what went down. But it's like you keep ruminating on not having the actual answers. And this is gnarly. I feel like there was a lot of unexpected betrayal. It could have been betrayal. It could have been lies. It could have been, and it was just like one thing after another. It wasn't just like one, I want to say one lie or one, it was like a lot, you know, it was very heavy, and you have every right to want answers of like, why, but don't let it keep you stuck. Like, you need to just listen to your intuition and say, you know, this is what happened. Work through that. I feel like it was somebody that didn't give you answers. It was a situation that you're just like, I don't even know why I was treated like this, right? And I feel like it was, honestly, I feel like it was a really fucked up situation. I feel like somebody didn't give you answers and they betrayed you in some kind of way and kind of like left you, like this person, like there could have been a person that walked away or just kind of left you feeling abandoned. But I feel like it's kind of like you need to see the situation as it was. And I think you need to just trust in your intuition. And if you have to sit down and work through what you think happened and why this all happened and why you either had to walk away or somebody walked away from you, and be real with yourself to a point where you can work through the not knowing, or it could have been very just unexpected. I'm just getting very tumultuous too, very like a storm at sea, very, it can be scary, it can be rocky, it can be like you can't really see where you're going. It, like, you know, if you're on a boat and you're out at sea in a storm, being able to navigate safely to shore can be quite difficult. But I think you need to kind of put it to rest, and it is what it is. And I know that can be very difficult, but you need to find a way to have peace with the situation so you can kind of close this chapter and just be happy again. Because I feel like there's something that's still kind of weighing on you. The Ace of Wands, this is like This is like a fresh start, a new beginning is being handed to you, but you have to release. And maybe maybe you're like, I have release, I'm ready for the new beginning. But apparently, like with trust in divine timing, there are things that are aligning that you might not understand yet, and it's kind of like sitting in this unknown phase, you know. But I feel like you're meant to sit with yourself in order to bring yourself some kind of balance and healing. You could just even be recovering from this. It definitely puts you on a different path. And I feel like this was something that was very hurtful. And I feel like you have to just work through those feelings the best way that you can. Whether you have to be like, this is what I think happened, and just, you know, work through the emotions that you have. Because it's kind of keeping you in this south node. It's kind of keeping you in a comfort zone when you're meant to actually come out of that. And with the star, this is like, maybe this is something you can bring awareness to other people with the star and be an inspiration. But I do say that there is a happy ending. I just feel like you're maybe a little anxious on either what's to come, or there's something still kind of like pulling at you from whatever happened here, because I feel like there was not a clear answers as to why this happened to you. Or, you know, I feel like there's a really big level of like unfairness. So let's see. Clear calcite says clear cognizance. Clear cognizance is one of the 4 major clear psychic abilities. Means clear knowing. Yeah, you need to trust your intuition and just try to work through this suffering if you're still holding on to something. Because I feel like it's keeping you stuck. And I feel like you want to move forward and you want to take action, but there's still a little bit of the storm that hasn't calmed. And I think that's what you need to kind of work through. The information often just pops into your head without logic or reason. Or if you are claircognizant, you know things without a doubt. The information often pops into your head without logic or reason. To develop your cognizant ability, you can either utilize clear calcite clears stagnant energies, and the transparent hue of the crystal invokes clarity. Clear calcite opens up the crown chakra, connecting you to your angels, spirit guides, and higher self. Affirmation is, I am claircognizant, I always know. And the thing is, I feel like you do. Even if you don't have logical facts and answers, I feel like you already know. And maybe wanting to find these answers with illumination, you're trying to find things I don't think that you're going to logically know, but like I feel like you already know. Your intuition does, and you just need to make peace with it and be like, this is what happened. And if you find out later that's not it, I just feel like you're not off about what you think happened, and it was unfair and you were betrayed. And if you need some kind of, maybe that's something that you're doubting too, is like your knowing. You could be doubting that because you don't have logical things, and you're in a phase of like, well, I don't know, you know, there's no logical facts, right? I don't have the facts, so I shouldn't assume. You need to really trust yourself, though. I feel like you do know, and you have a pretty good idea of what happened, and you trying to get those answers. I just feel like for some of you, they might not ever come, and you just need to trust your intuition, because I actually feel like a lot of you are claircognizant, or you have psychic abilities or an extremely strong intuition, and you just need to trust that. And I think you're battling here with that logic, the logical mind. And with the moon here, you have, you know, the domestic dog and then the wild dog, and then you have that lobster coming up. I feel like you intuitively, deep down, know what happened and why it happened. And you need to like trust yourself that you know why. And otherwise, you're just going to stay stuck. South Node, comfort zone, resistance, fear of the new, you know. It could even be in trusting yourself in that you already know what happened. And even though you don't have those facts, and just finish working through that, it's keeping you stuck in some kind of way. It could even, you know, and if you do trust your intuition and that you already do know, and this could be something that you had absolutely, I don't know, I mean, like maybe there was red flags. Maybe it's just like, it's meant for you to reflect. You do know, and it's keeping you in a South Node and that lower vibration of not trusting your intuition, because you're actually very much aligned. You do have, pile number 3, you do have a very strong intuition. And if you don't, I feel like deep down you do know what happened. You just don't have like the realistic, logical facts in front. And I just feel like this is a situation that you might not get them. Because if somebody betrayed you or kind of left you for dead, or you had to walk away from a situation and you found out about some kind of betrayal and you did, I think it's time to kind of reflect on how that happened, because I feel like you do have a very good deep intuition, and it's keeping you in that low vibration by not trusting what you know deep down within yourself is the truth, if that makes sense. And I think I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much, Pile 3. If you would like to book a private reading with me to tap deeper into your personal situation, all that stuff is below. Follow me on TikTok, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.